There's Mount Rainier, our local volcano, one of several. So the company I work for is an international company. So I work with a lot of people that are in Indonesia. Indonesia is obviously a lot different than Washington State. They don't really have seasons there. And it's fall here in Washington. So I thought I'd take a ride through the mountains and kind of show people what it's like to be here. So I have a heated jacket because in the mountains the weather can change unpredictably. You never really know what's going to happen. Got waterproof stuff as well. And then I haven't been on this road for 9 years. Actually, I have no idea what the conditions are, if the road is still there, or anything really. So I guess we're just gonna find out. There's large forest fires in the area, unfortunately, this year, which is contributing to this smoke that you see. It's not fog, it's smoke. And then this is a new elementary school that they just built. This is the first year that it's open, and it looks pretty fancy. A lot nicer than the one I went to when I was a kid. My least favorite part of any motorcycle trip, getting gas. Where are we at? 617. That is quite high, even for us. Going a long way today. Try to get as much as we can in there. Gets about 200 miles, 230 if you ride it slowly enough. There was a fancy car. Smells like a campfire. So way up at the top of that peak is a fire lookout. I don't know if they have a road to get up there. Sometimes there's a road, sometimes you have to actually hike up. So I thought that'd be a kind of cool job for the summer. It's always nice to get off of the highway, which is above us here. I don't know what this road is really. I kind of think that like way back a long time ago, it was the road over Stampede Pass before they put the big highway in. It's hard to imagine that driving a little road like this was how people used to get to Seattle before the highways. Somebody has a nice little cabin here. How beautiful. So in this part of the United States, most of the trees are evergreens. So just like the name suggests, they stay green year round, even in the snow. These are evergreens here. But then we also have deciduous trees that drop their leaves in the winter, so all the leaves fall off and it grows again. Some parts of the United States have only evergreens. Some parts only have deciduous trees. Probably, I would say most of the U.S., the leaves fall off. Little creek down there. It's Benny Creek. campground down there. So in many parts of the forest here, you can camp anywhere you want. But of course, some people prefer to have it to be a little bit nicer, you know, bathrooms, that kind of thing. And so people like that go to these campgrounds. And then if that's not so important to you, then you can kind of camp just up in the mountains wherever you like. There's a waterfall down in there, so this area is often very busy. It's common to see cars parked all the way up along here. That's why there are these signs. Luckily this is one way, so I don't have to really worry about someone coming around the corner. Of course, if you trust people anyways. This road used to be two-way. I think there were a lot of accidents. So some time ago they changed it. That smoke is really incredible. Look at that. So at the peak, I think the fire was burning over 20,000 acres. But they have it sort of under control now. I think the last I heard it was burning about 12,000 acres, so about half as much. I went through that area recently and you could still see a lot of smoke, obviously, but smoldering piles of brush. But it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be either. I thought the trees would just be all destroyed. But no, they're still there, still green actually, a lot of them. So it's pretty good to see. I don't think it'll be too bad. And this is Stampede Pass, which as you can see is a ski resort. So in the winter when the snow is here, people come and ski and snowboard. I snowboard myself. I think skiing is kind of crazy. I tried it a couple times, never really figured out how to do it. All right, back on the highway, and then we're gonna go past this big lake, and then we'll be able to get off the road, which will be very nice. So these power lines belong to the what's known as the Bonneville Power Association. That's right, the BPA. And they provide a lot of the power for the city of Seattle. They go, I think they go almost directly to the Grand Coulee Dam, about 180 miles away. So they go across like half the state, basically, to bring that power back. Little lake. How pretty is that? Now watch out, rocks can fall at any time. Or you can be riding along and come around a corner and there's a rock in the middle of the road. Happens a lot. Weird, there's this power line just out of the middle of nowhere here. There used to be a long time ago, there used to be a little town out here, Leicester, and then it kind of turned into a ghost town. The buildings were abandoned, no one lived there anymore. But I think all the buildings have fallen down at this point. There was a house that was standing that I went to a couple times. It was still there. It was pretty creepy. You could go inside it. This little tiny house. It was like something out of a horror movie. But from what I've heard, it's gone now. But I actually haven't gone to see for myself. Yeah, here it is, 54. some big holes. It's like a nice little camping spot down there. Park here, carry your stuff down. Oh, that's cool. I don't think I've ever seen a train crossing on that before. It's a little bit sad for me, fall, because once the snows come in here, you won't be able to ride it anymore. Won't be able to get in here. I don't have a snowmobile, although it's popular out here to have them because that way you can get around in the winter. But I don't have one, so as soon as it snows up, I'm kind of done. There are still places that you can ride, like along the sea. There are forests there where it's low altitude, you know, and so it doesn't accumulate snow in the winter, and you can kind of still get around a lot of the areas, but that's pretty far from where I live, so it's kind of a hassle to go out that way. I do it, but I'm not able to get out as often as I like because this area is so close to my home. I can come here, you know, really anytime I want during the summer and fall. Oh, that was very nice of him. This might be the right way. I don't know. We'll find out. Okay, so obviously that road to Stampede Pass looks pretty bad.
Really rough.
Is it?
Really rough, like 4-wheel road.
Really?
Yes. I don't think I know we
What's that? Yeah. I haven't been over yet this year, so. Yeah. Yeah. Well, we'll see.
I like it. A little bit of a four-wheel BMW. I've never seen one.
Yeah.
Has it got extra frame on the back here?
Well, I've got a skid plate on it. It's probably what you're seeing, skid plate and a little crash bars and stuff. Yeah.
Oh, there's a skid plate, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
It gets around.
That's right.
So they were saying the road is real bad, muddy in spots, but we'll just have to kind of see what that means. You know, some people Some people say the road is bad and you get there and it's not bad at all. You just, you know, go right over it. Other people, they're like, oh yeah, the road is fine. And then you get there and it's completely impassable. Like you would need a bulldozer to get through it. So this kind of crap I learned to ride on when I lived in Arizona in the desert. And the secret is power. You just gotta ride over it. There's nothing to it more than that. You gotta have good tires, good suspension, and a lot of throttle, and you just whale it out. Because if you try to go slow, you're gonna get every little bump. It's very hard to maintain. So you just kind of gotta go for it. Just beautiful. So it looks like most of the tires go that way, which is usually a good way to tell which way to go. But here, the nav is saying we should go down. So let's hope it's right. It's these maps are not very good. A lot of problems. Very often there'll be a road on the map. There was a road like a long time ago. It has not been a road for a long time. And you know, you'll just come to a dead end or a cliff. I had one road that I don't even know how the road ever could have been there, because it was on the map and like halfway you just came to a cliff and it dropped just straight down, and it was like, oh my god. Oh, it looks like I went the wrong way. I didn't even see another road. But that would explain why this gets so bad. All right, this would not be a great place to wreck, I'll be honest. Well, I don't see another road at all. Huh. So that's a perfect example of how the maps are very bad, because the Garmin thought there was a road there and there obviously was not a road. And it's not like these maps are old. These are the most recent, most up-to-date maps. The information is just really bad. So you kind of have to just be prudent, and you gotta kind of make your own maps. Make your own way. You gotta kind of be prepared to turn back a lot. Gotta climb up the last little bit. Okay, well that was a fun little detour. My people. Oh, look at this. I don't know what caused this. Sometimes it's from a fire, although these trees, they don't look like they've been burned really. It can also be from insects. There's a certain kind of beetle, pine beetle, and they kill the trees. When there's an infestation, it's pretty bad. Wow. And there's Mount Rainier, our local volcano, one of several. Came from all the way up there. So those guys in the truck said it was muddy. I haven't seen any mud, so I'm thinking that they might have come over a different way. They might have come from the Stampede Pass, which is a really popular four-wheel drive area. People take Jeeps and motorcycles and stuff there. The conditions are fairly difficult. There's Rainier, nearly lost in the smoke. Oh, pavement! Pavement! So cool. I love fall. Fall is my favorite season. Make a U-turn, it says. Awesome. Here's the highway, so this highway will take me home. So these large buildings, it's what we call them old folks home or retirement home. So that's where elderly people live. because in the United States it's not so common that old people live with their families. We sort of, in this country, it seems like we don't like our families. So when they get old, we send them away. I don't think you're really supposed to park here, but no one's given me any trouble for it yet. And I mean, it's kind of like a bicycle, right? I think so. Close enough.